Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mystery Sports Podcast. And as we've seen United drop more points again. This is our third draw in 3 games. It's not looking good in terms of trying to get into that top four. Um, Today's a bit of a strange one. What I'm gonna say for United in terms of how we go forward and stuff. Obviously, no real manager. See Darren Fletcher in as the interim. So, there were good signs today. There were definitely good signs of football thing. Obviously Bruno Fernandes looked very good. Benjamin Sesko bagging 2 goals. So there were things there for United that we probably should have done better with over the game. But there were good signs there, and I think we got to take the positives out of the game, and there's probably a couple of defensive mistakes that we've made, which we've got to take into account and look and how to improve them. So, if we start off with the first half and what we saw there, we saw, you know, the own goal was quite unlucky for Heaven. Like, I don't think he obviously he's not meant it to go in the net. No one ever means it to go in the net. But I think Casemiro was at fault, realistically, just not tracking your man, letting Humphries go forward unmarked, and Heaven's got to come across, and people might put blame on Heaven, obviously for creating the own goal, but then at the same time, Aiden Evans he's got a striker behind him, so if he leaves the striker, there's an easy ball into the striker, and the striker's got a shot on goal, or he goes and close the defender down. Maybe he could have closed the defender down a bit quicker, but I don't think he should have, like, I've got quite a lot of sympathy for him because he should. It's a tough one for him, and he's tried to make amends for Casemiro's mistake, and unfortunately, it's hit the back of the net. So, it's and I was watching. Obviously, I've watched the game for the first 15 minutes. It maybe it's. I was thinking maybe it's not the manager. Maybe it's just the players and the same crap again. Because for 15 minutes of the first half, we did not look up to that game, and I said that we needed a fast start, we needed an early goal, but that didn't happen. And obviously, Burnley were 1-0 up and obviously leading at half time. I thought Ugarte was rubbish. I will do a player rating after in a second, so I will go over that a little bit more. I thought Ugarte was poor, really poor. Couldn't really pass a parcel today. I just thought he's trying to link up play with the players around him was just useless, and I didn't think United could actually, with Ugarte on the pitch, couldn't. I don't know what really was going on with Ugarte. I think his time's passed now, and it's time to move Ugarte on. I think massively. And it just goes to show that the final third in that first half wasn't really up to it. Like Shesko, even though he scored two and I'll go on that to later, didn't really in the first half was his touch wasn't how we needed it to be. Bruno Fernandes wasn't finding enough space. Cunha wasn't getting on the ball. Dorgu was quite poor attacking wise in the first half. So I thought that needed to improve massively. But I mean, we go into that second half, and it was brilliant. The good switch from Darren Fletcher. I thought having Bruno on the right correct allowed him to get on the ball more, and Cunha to be in the middle, working in those tight spaces. That's what he's known for. That's what he did at Wolves, and I think we did really well there. Obviously, Bruno with a beautiful assist for Shesko, and it was a great finish from Shesko. I think that was really good from Shesko. Just a clinical finish, not side front on off through his laces, straight into the back of the net. And then I think United, the final third was lacking that quality, and I think United in this period they probably should have gone and got about 3-4 goals in this period and killed the game off. Um, Bruno hitting the post, that springs to mind. I think Shesko had a header, or not a header, a chance where he just was behind the ball, and he should have probably on should have got a better connection to the ball, and that probably goes into the back of the net. Um, and then obviously Sesho's second goal, that was fantastic. That was a brilliant goal. This proper poacher's finish that. And maybe is this the start for Benjamin Sesko? I hope so. 2 goals today, the most shots on target from any striker in the Premier League in a single game against Burnley. hopefully this is the start. Hopefully we can carry this on to the Brighton game on Sunday, and he can get another goal there. And I think if we to see a bit of a purple patch, Benjamin Sesko, and he carries on doing, getting goals and like little scrappy goals like that, or even just those little elegant finishes. I think that's what we need in Benjamin Sesko. And I mean, the future does look bright for him. Scoring 2 goals today, I wasn't so sure on him, but the 2 goals of he's not said yes, he's definitely the man. He's kind of stored some faith, thinking for me that Benjamin Sesko can do this, and he's proven today that he scored 2 goals and probably should have had a hat trick. Probably should have had more actually. I thought he was quite unlucky, especially in the first half with that amazing header, and it was a great save from Dubravka. Could have done us a favour, being a former player. But anyway, and then obviously Burnley scoring for the second goal. I just think the defense has let us down again. Lissandro Martinez, I'm a big advocate for Lissandro Martinez. I do love him as a player, but the goal that Jaden Anthony, I think his name is, who scored is, don't take any credit away from Jaden Anthony. For it's a fantastic goal on his left foot, but my God, Lissandro Martinez shouldn't be doing what he did. He should be closing him down, not letting him have the freedom just to shoot. Really, if he doesn't have the freedom to shoot, I think Lissandro Martinez he either doesn't shoot or Martinez blocks the shot if he does shoot. Um, yeah. Obviously, in terms of the league position, United are 6th. Brentford have gone 5th now, which is, crazy. Obviously, Chelsea did slip up. This is another chance for United to get in the top 4. Obviously, Liverpool playing Arsenal tomorrow. So fingers crossed that Arsenal can do a favour for us, knock some knock some goal difference, should we say, off Liverpool. And, if they can stay on 34 points, United are only 2 points away, but our next Premier League game is against City. So I I we don't know if we have Solskjaer in the technical area, it could be a win because Solskjaer tends to perform well against City. But I'm not full of confidence going into the Manchester derby. But Brentford are 5th, United 6th, Chelsea 7th. We're a point clear of Chelsea and Fulham. Um, Obviously, Brentford are a point ahead of us. We do need to. We should have won today. That's it's no questions about it. We can say, "All right, we did bits well, but we should have won the game." It's no question. 19th in the league, we should have won. That the last 3 games or the last 2 games against Wolves and who've just played Burnley. They're the bottom 2 of the league. We should be taking 6 points from them, and we took 2. So it is poor. And we've got to hope that something drastic happens and something turns around against these lesser sides, that we do get these points and we do become clinical in front of goal. I do also think, though, if we were to have Ahmad and Mbemo back, I do think that the game is different. There's one criticism I would have of Darren Fletcher, and I think taking Mateus Cunha off, I think that was an awful decision. I think Cunha should have played the full 90. You know, Definitely should have played the full 90. And then if we just go on to the player ratings, and I'll talk a bit more about the players in terms of what I thought, um, what I thought should have happened, and what my opinions on how they played. Why can't I find this? There we go. Here we go. So, where's the lineups? Here we go. So let's obviously go with the keeper. So I'm going to go with Lemons. He wasn't really at fault for any of the 2 goals. Couldn't really do anything much. Made a good save, I think. Um, I think it was just routine save, to be fair. So I'd probably give him a 6. Lisandro Martinez, he made the error for the second goal. Looked okay, probably a 5. Aiden Heaven, obviously, he didn't really put a foot wrong apart from the own goal, which I thought was unlucky, but I'd give him a 5. Diego Dalot didn't do much, was quite useless in the game, really. I just thought he just hogs the ball too much, and that's what I'm going to say about Manuel Ugarte. Probably give Dalot a 4. Shaw looked good. I mean, he did get forward, and I would give Shaw a 6. Casemiro played 74 minutes, did okay. Obviously, was at fault for the first goal. Probably gives a 5 for Casemiro. Ugarte a 3. I thought Ugarte was awful today. Didn't really not control the possession. He didn't really when we had the ball and when Ugarte had the ball, he just stood on the ball for 5 seconds. It was almost walking football at times, and I thought, Ugarte can't be doing this. We need to play fast flowing football. Darren Fletcher was all about let's play some fast United, traditional United way football, and exciting football. He wasn't exciting at all, and Ugarte's definitely past it. I honestly don't rate Manuel Ugarte. I think he needs to go out the club. I just him, Shaw, and Delo are probably the 3 people who I would wanna see replaced in the summer. Ugarte doesn't know what he's doing on the ball. I don't know how he's a professional footballer. I'm really serious about that. The pass against Villa that he did, which went straight out the play, who does he think he's not Bruno Fernandes, he can't switch the ball like that. Mate, you can't even then, I'm just gonna say, stick to the simple yard passes, but he can't even do that. He's awful, Manuel Ugarte, and I don't know how he got 84 minutes today. Um, Dorgu, I thought Dorgu had a brilliant game, obviously grabbing the assist for Šeško's second goal, and defensively was good. Um, I would give Dorgu a 7. Thought he played very well. Bruno Fernandes, obviously playing half an hour, 61 minutes, sorry. I think Bruno did what he needed to do, looked good. I think it's what we've been missing since Bruno's been out, and I think a lot of United fans can definitely see, and a lot of just any general football fans can see how valuable Bruno Fernandes is to Manchester United. And I think Gary Neville said it on commentary that since the 12 years Sir Alex Ferguson's been out, Bruno Fernandes is probably be the only one. Probably I'd probably put Cavani and De Gea in there to's reached that standard. This is how you got to play for Man United. And Bruno did it. They got an assist for Šeško's first goal. Did well. So probably give a 7. Mateus Cunha played 74 minutes in the second half. He came more to life there. I think he should. I thought he should have played much. He should have played the 90. I think we probably would have scored if he's on the pitch. I think he's just got that quality about him to put the ball in the back of the net. So I'd give him 6 because obviously he should have probably done better. The first half he was quite poor. He wasn't in the game. Šeško with the 2 goals. First half was poor from Šeško, and then second half, it looked like the old Benjamin Šeško. And like I said at the start, is this the regenerate? Not regeneration. Is it the reignited spark of Benjamin Šeško, should we say? And I thought he did very well. 2 goals. I'd probably give him 8 out of 10. I would give him our player of the match because I thought he did obviously to score 2 goals, and he probably should have had more really, especially in that end of the second half. Then if we go to the substitutions, so Mason Mount came on 61st minute for Bruno Fernandes probably should have done better. I didn't think he was involved too much in the game. I'm probably going to give Mason Mount a 6. Joshua Zirkzee came at the 74th minute, didn't really do much, didn't really notice him. Even when he had the ball, he was quite useless. His first touch was awful. Probably a 5. Lenny Yoro didn't really do much. 6, bang average. Kobbie Mainoo, 74th minute, he came on, and I think Kobbie Mainoo did what he needed to do. Probably could have moved the ball a bit quicker. So I'd give him 6. Shea Lacey came on the 84th minute. I think Shea Lacey looked like a breath of fresh air. Hitting the crossbar, putting it, making Dubravka, not Dubravka, nearly in. He had 2 chances, didn't he? Yeah, one where he hit the bar, and then one where he just put it wide. And Shea Lacey looks like an absolute unit and an absolute class act in front of goals. And hopefully he does get his goal. And I think against Brighton he should get a chance to play some more games. So I would give Shea Lacey a 6. Obviously, I wish he had a bit more time. I think he just played really well in terms of what we saw from all the substitutions. Probably I'm gonna go probably our best substitution on the night. So really, it is disappointing that we've dropped points again. It's our 3rd draw in a row. Sat 6th in the league. Brentford have gone above us with their win over Sunderland. United really had the opportunity with Fulham, sorry, beating Chelsea. And I just think that in terms of what we had, how many chances do United need to take to go into the 4th position? Because like I said yesterday, I do think that that Liverpool will drop points against Arsenal, and I think Arsenal will win. So this was a real chance for United to go back on level on points with Liverpool, and obviously go ahead of them on goal difference. So yeah, it like I said, it is disappointing. But the only way is up, isn't it? The only way is up. We've got to stay positive at this moment in time. Obviously, yesterday, not yesterday, past few days has been quite a bit of a somber atmosphere at United. See no manager, the uncertainty of who's going to be playing, what the formation is, who's going to be the interim, who's going to be the caretaker to the end of the season. And hopefully tomorrow, I think that we will find out who will be the caretaker for the rest of the season. It could be Carrick and Ollie. I hope it is. Ollie at the wheel. I'm here. Yeah, I've said it here. I want Ollie back just for the remainder of the season, and we go and get someone like Glasner or Iriola at the end of the year. But yeah, that is everything for today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and please subscribe to the channel. Share it as well to your family and friends. I will put the TikTok link in the description, so definitely check out the TikTok, give it a follow on there. And yeah, hope you guys have the good rest of your day, evening, whenever you're watching that. And we will probably do a preview for the United game against Brighton, and we might do a bit of a special because obviously it is FA Cup weekend, round 3. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Catch you all in a bit.